Greetings, dearest souls. Thank you for your attending today. We say that because we actually feel who is with us. You may be watching it at night or during the day, around the globe, or years removed from when this was filmed. Yet, in the field of oneness, we are with you. So we feel you and we love. We cannot help but love. You may not understand this. You may not understand that love is not just a separate thing. Love is actually the frequency that binds and creates, allows creation to take hold as you understand it. So we feel this love because we make the connection with you. And we are so grateful that you allow that. So thank you. And we hope that you open up to feel the love in return. It's there as you continue to listen to these messages. And hopefully, if you follow what we speak of, practice the allowing, the clearing, then you too will be in this field of love. Causeless joy is what the channel calls it. And it is indeed your birthright, your expression. So thank you for sharing it with us. Today, we wish to speak along those lines about clearing the collective. Yes, we've talked to you each week. Clear, 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 clear. That is what we say. And we are speaking mostly of clearing what is going on inside of you. But now many of you are at the level. You're ready to level up, so to speak, graduate. You're at the level where clearing is not just for you, it is now for the collective. And so we want to put that idea out for you to embrace and receive that you can clear more. You can clear more deeply. You can be freer and lighter and have more causeless joy because you understand you are doing it for the collective. See, when you do individual clearing, you are, of course, releasing. You are releasing that which was inside you. And so the whole planet gets lighter because you're part of that collective and you moved your piece out. So now the whole field is lighter. And many of you know this. Many of you are feeling it. You're wondering why things are just working out. Everything's going my way, like this song would say. Because many of us are doing this. And so there's more opportunity. So you're feeling that. And that is so beautiful. And we are so grateful. So thank you for all you've done to get us here. And everybody thanks you. You may not feel like it. Oh, I've just been suffering. No, they're thanking you. Now, if you are indeed suffering, that means you have not fully embraced clearing. The two can't coexist. You cannot be in bliss if you're suffering. And the suffering part is, of course, blocked, held emotion. When it's completely done, then you're free. But you have to be completely done. Many of us fight it, think it's normal, and carry it for such a long time. So, as the channel's always happy to say when he works with people, let your head explode. Just let it out. Feel that release. And then you're now ready to start to assume a grander role, clearing the collective. Now, you can feel things in places, battlefields, places where atrocities was held on the planet. That's being loosened and lightened and it's starting to ease up, but it's there and you can feel it. And you can bring your love and attention to it to help clear, become a surrogate for those spots. You're going to see less and less establishments that cater to creating that. There's many cities that have strips that are known for their area where they create low energy. We call it entertainment. We don't call it that. You call it that, entertainment centers. But it's low frequency. They play music that is often arrhythmic to your heartbeat. So it creates a sense of tension and brings your energy field down. The flashing lights keep you out of a focus. The alcohol being served keeps you from being fully present and aware. And all this is put together to create what we would call then those places where atrocities or low energy densities are. Some people call this entertainment. We still laugh about that. Those go to see horror movies because they just don't have enough horror in their life. And of course, they don't fully express what they see. They freeze and they feel like that makes them feel more alive. It's quite the opposite. But it keeps you stuck and it keeps the energy down. And so basically, this is an extension of that called entertainment. You'll notice that as your vibration becomes higher, you'll be less likely to frequent those places. You'll go, oh, it doesn't feel good in here. And those establishments will slowly start to shut down as enough people do this because it's coming off the planet. More importantly, another suffering trigger is the news media, and even the alternative news media that you guys believe is independent. It has its own agenda. And it's not a very good one, both the paid one and the alternative. And it's to keep you in this perpetual state of anxiety and fear. Just watch one episode of news and to actually process all the terror and the horror in one single episode. Not to mention the commercials where every few minutes they tell you you're sick and you should do drugs because you're messed up and you need drugs. They call it health, right? But all of that's going on in the news media. And just to process one episode would take a long time to really let go. And yet we don't. We just get number and number, and it keeps us in that state. That's why it's out there and we're being fed these wars and atrocities. There are actually less going on than has been on the planet, but there's more focus through the media and scarier memes being put out about the consequence of the weaponry and everything. So keep you in that agitated state. So just stop attending. Literally, seriously, you're still playing that game and you wonder why you're playing that game and why things aren't working out for you. Just let it go. Now, if you do stop attending it, you're going to find that you're in this state where things will come to you and they're not going to be yours. You're going to have this general sense of dis-ease. The channel and his wife started noticing this about 10 years ago when the popular meme that or activity that the controllers were using was mind controlling individuals to terrorize, to create domestic terrorists in your schools, to get children who are vulnerable and condition them such that they would act out and slaughter other children so you can be horrified by it. And this went on regularly, part of their agenda. Of course, the channel and his wife just did not attend to any of that, but they would wake up some mornings and they would just feel, oh, things are not quite right. And so they would do their clearing because that's what they knew to do. And they would get lighter. They did not know they were clearing the collective. And then they would find out later on the day or the next day that through an accidental piece of news coming through, oh, there was another school shooting. That was what was in their field. But they knew enough not to attend to the horror of it and just to clear it and let it go. So the whole planet become lighter. And so we're seeing less of those. And that's why they're raising the stakes of more focus on war in their media. Because more and more people are seeing through these things. And they're starting to see too that this war has been staged. And the horrifics and atrocities are also things that are created mostly for the camera and are not affecting the lives of some as they would want you to believe. So you don't need to worry about what the dark entities are doing. They're still playing the game in 3D and in lower 4D where they enjoy the power and the control. You're graduating. You're going to let that go. Your graduation is you no longer attend to it. That's the first step to walking out the door, is to get out of your chair and move towards the door. Then the next step, of course, is the collective clearing. And this uplifts everybody. It's such a big service because it takes it off the planet, not just your little piece, but the pieces of those who are not yet able, or the ones that are stuck in the other, what you would call non-personal things, such as in the land or in the environment, in the collective unconscious, as we call it. Hence, clearing the collective. Many, many times the channel would wake up and say something's not right, and he would break out his emotion code because that's what he does for his clearing maintenance regimen. And he would not find what was going on in him. And then he'd just relax and go, oh, okay, this is a collective one, and I'm open and I'm receiving it. Let me clear it. And he would then, in a few moments, be able to go back to his bliss place. And that's doing service. And we encourage you to do service because that is the greatest way you receive, is through giving. As you give, so you receive. It's an exact equation. So you're ready to receive more by giving more, by moving the collective clearings. It's your next step. And you can embrace it or not. You can resist it. Oh, this is so hard to do my own. Why should I do that for everybody else? Well, one, because you are everybody else. And two, because do you really want to be in kindergarten your whole life? It's not kindergarten you're in. You're quite advanced in your levels, but are you ready to level up to the next degree? Yes. Now, there can be a selfish aspect to this, which is just fine. You are a human. Channel yesterday was at a wake at a funeral, and he saw a woman who had tattoos on her shin, and on one shin she had tattooed, I am God, fully human. And on the other shin she had tattooed, I am human, fully God. Beautiful realization, isn't it? Just beautiful. So if you understand that you are fully God embodied human, then your work is the collective work. And because you're doing that, as you give, so you receive, you create karma. You can actually channel this. You can just give it out randomly and randomly receive synchronicity and be in flow. Or you can actually figure out the methods to focus it. Oh, I want this to come back to me as cash. And it can. We won't get into that in this channel. Those mechanisms are available. Because as you give, so you receive. Exactly. And right now, what we're asking you to give is clearing the collective. This is the next step for humanity. Understanding I'm no longer an individual. I am this planet. I am you. And let me do the work for those who cannot at this point. Knowing that I full well benefit because I receive what I give. And it's not just do the work for those who can't. It's not like they're lazy or anything. If you're in a collective and there are people in the collective who can't, that means you're carrying within you, inside of you, some of that. I can't. So those are your own broken places, and you may not get to them yet, but by clearing the collective, you will see them, or they'll just fall away without your knowledge, which is even easier. So it's not like you have to get up in the morning and say, oh, what am I going to clear from the collective? You can. Many beautiful people use Ho'oponopono. Person who brought it to fame actually was able to shut down an entire mental hospital and a prison, so there were no more patients, because he would just take on what was there for them and use the simple prayer, I am sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I am sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. And he would take on what they were going through and transmute it in that way. And that's really all it is understanding I can be having ownership for what you cannot claim at this moment, and we will both benefit. And as we spoke earlier, if it's external and you're aware of it, then it's internal. It's in you somewhere, because we all are one. And that's where you're getting to, that understanding. So if you're ready to level up, you're going to be doing your clearing work, of course. But then you're going to be understanding that I'm doing this clearing work for everyone. And when it comes to you, either through the knowledge of what's going on, because you do choose to attend to the horrific feed that's being created to keep you in that agitated state, or whether it just comes to you because you wake up and you're connected to the field and you feel it, then you will release it. So thank you for your work. Thank you for your beautiful being. This connectivity, this joy we feel that we speak of, and we hope it's palpable enough that you feel it, that you've done enough to receive it. Because it's in this video, it's in this transmission. This joy that we feel, that you feel, it is a sign that you have leveled up. Wear it proudly. We're so grateful for all you do. Thank you. Hello, I'm Peter D. Thank you so much for viewing this message. I'm humbled by everything that's happened since I've been working to share ascension and awakening with people. And I'd like to invite you to come on that train too. The simplest thing you can do is please like and subscribe this video. That will help the YouTube algorithm put this video in front of more people so the message will get out there. And of course, you just carrying the beautiful energy that you are is the most amazing thing you can do for uplifting the planet. So thank you for being that. Thank you for sharing your beautiful time with me on this video. And if you feel motivated, I'm grateful to accept any donation you choose to give. Please see below for links. It'll help. Stay blessed.